Welcome back to our channel, and we are live from Money 2020 right here. We are Bitcoin Magazine NL, and we were at Paris Blockchain a few months ago, and we sat down and talked to Maurizio. I know you remember that interview. It was one of the best interviews we did in Paris Blockchain Week, and we promised you there, we're gonna keep talking to the people who matter, the people who push forward our space, and it is our space. And yes, we are from Money 2020. We're in the backyard of traditional finance, but even here, we find people from our space, more and more. And Midnight, you know Midnight, we've written countless articles about it. We've been discussing it. This morning, Charles spent at least 5 minutes discussing Midnight. Yes, our interview with Charles Huskins, go search for it. He also talks about Midnight. But right now, I get to sit with the president himself. So, you know what to do. Share this video, like this video, and keep pushing forward our content so that we can keep bringing this community together. So I'm going to start by shaking on your hand. Not every day you get to shake hands with the president, you know. Not every day.
Appreciate it.
You know something, Fahmi? My discussion with Mauricio was enlightening.
Right,
and
he's a good man,
yes,
very knowledgeable.
Very knowledgeable,
yes.
and I just spoke with you for 2 minutes, and you said something that stuck with me right off the bat. Privacy is your fundamental right.
It is your fundamental right. It's enshrined in constitutions globally around the world.
Very good.
It is we have got to a world with the internet where you give away your privacy, your data.
Yes.
You have to opt out of it in terms of these cookies that you've given, as opposed to opting in.
Yes.
So the decision's already been made for you.
100%, every time.
And it's time we seized it back. And we want to bring that to the Web3, to blockchain.
Okay.
Privacy is not two states. It's not you're private and permissioned, because if you're private and permissioned, you're giving your data to somebody else to handle, and you're also siloed. You can't speak to others in other chains.
No.
Permissionless is wonderful. What Bitcoin did to the world, what it showed you could do with cryptography and blockchains, the freedom to own something, the freedom to remove intermediation and to do peer-to-peer, amazing. Ethereum involved it with programmability, smart contracts. Then the Cardanos, the Solanas, and others of this world came who brought faster technology, capacity, scalability, interoperability. But for all of what they've done and for all of they've opened up, we haven't seen mass adoption.
No.
And for all the new products that come, RWAs and supply, without mass adoption, you don't get real liquidity.
Okay.
And what is preventing large enterprises, corporates, even individuals coming is the fear that all of your transactions are visible, on-chain forever.
Yeah.
Now, for most people, it doesn't matter. You buy a coffee, if it's on-chain, it doesn't matter here and there. But let's say you go and buy something for your partner that you want it to be a secret, or something a little bit risque, like lingerie or something like that. Do you want that for everybody to know what you did and when you did it?
No.
For large corporations, managing assets for people or managing their own secrets, they don't want that coming on chain. Okay. And we think with Midnight, bringing programmable privacy, the ability to be both private and public, and shades of gray in between, we open that up.
Now, my question is, straight, how do you prevent Midnight from being misused?
Well, Midnight is an infrastructure layer. It is neither private nor public. It's a permissionless blockchain.
Yeah.
What we're giving is users, builders, the ability to bring programmable privacy. What does that mean? Well, it means that you could build, or let's say RWAs and stablecoins, which are all the rage at the moment.
Yeah.
You could issue a stablecoin publicly on Midnight. No different to our equities are publicly issued today. You see information about its TVL, its supply, all of these things. These are information, properties, characteristics that should be shared. But when you hold and trade it, you shouldn't have to disclose that to the world. What we give is permissioning around identity, which builders are coming to build, which you can now encode into the transaction.
Okay.
So you could be identified in terms of who you are, but you can hold it privately. And when you identify, it just gates you into the transaction. And then you can selectively disclose information, maybe to your custodian, maybe to your tax accountant, maybe to your operations team, maybe to your partner, maybe to a regulator.
Okay.
And that's what the builders, we're giving them the toolkit for them to go do that. So like with everything today, people will do good things with that, and we want to encourage them to do that. And equally, everything else that's happening in blockchain can also be built on midnight, but we're giving toolkits for it to move to a place where this world of permissionless and public and this world of private and siloed can come and meet in the middle.
Now, you're at Money 2020.
Yes.
How do you believe midnight fits right there in that gap? Because that bridge it's being built.
Yeah.
They're in the rafters. They're trying to build that bridge between TradFi and decentralized. But where does midnight fit?
Yes.
Does it help bring them together? Does it fall in the middle and push them apart? And if it helps bring them together, how does it help?
Well, I would like to think it helps bring them together. It can be a unifying glue. Midnight, in the way it has been designed, we think about the tokenomics being cooperative. In every blockchain, tokenomics are very similar, and what you are anchored to is the token, the ownership token, which you then cannibalize to pay for your transactions. If people own Apple shares today, they don't cannibalize or sell their Apple shares to buy an iPhone, yet in Ether, in Solana, Cardano even, you have to sell the very asset you want to own to pay for your transaction. It's not very predictable. So Midnight's going to issue the Night token. We're going to do one of the fairest distributions ever. We're going to give it away because we want people to come and build. And by giving away Night, what we give people access to is dust. From Night, you get the emission of dust. It's the gas fee. It's the computational power of Midnight. And through that, you can come and build privacy-enabling technology within Midnight. But you don't need to own Night to come and play in Midnight. So you can subscribe to the dust. So you get transactions as a service. So you're no longer anchored to the Night token. You can anchor and give yourself buffet pricing, pay once, get as much resource allocation as you need. But once you can access dust, whether through a transaction service, it allows other chains to come and use Midnight superpower.
Okay.
It can become a meta chain or an L2. So already we're working with traditional digital partners. So digital custodians, they have taken a lot of their kind of risk management programs off-chain, how they present. So with Midnight, they can present proof of reserves. With Midnight, you can get proof of what your positions are across multiple counterparties and present them as a proof to get better lending, better access, without ever giving away your secrets. And that's an important characteristic that exists for many of the traditional banking clients, counterparts that are here today. They're used to selective disclosure. So we should bring those characteristics and complement blockchain by bringing those in.
That's amazing. Now, as adoption keeps growing, we have a good big influx from the West that's pushing adoption.
Yes.
From the East, we have been always receiving that support, now even more.
Yes.
How does that change the way that you guys position yourselves at Midnight? Does it change your business model? Seeing how much adoption is coming into the actual space, how many people are actually willing to get into the space. Does it change something in the way you guys are preparing?
Yes and no. So it's great to see regulators being more open-minded, understanding the technology. It was great to see, I think last week or earlier this week, the US recognized that staking is not a security, it's not a financial product.
Yes.
And that's an important step. So as regulators become more aware and more educated, they actually understand how to evolve their rules, their processes to include blockchain, to open it up. So that opens it up to more builders, not only just large enterprises, but existing builders who are worried maybe to come in. We at Midnight have built a smart contract language that is built and feels very much like TypeScript. So we want to reach out to the developer audience, not just in Web3, but also in Web2.
Okay.
And so for us, seeing regulations change and open up and be inclusive allows us to think about the audiences and the partners that we want to bring in. So if it encourages large corporates, great. But again, we very much want to empower the Web3 developers to say, look, you as innovators, as early adopters have an opportunity. We're going to give this token away to you. To the VCs in this space, we're going to give the token, we don't want your money. We're going to give you our token so you get this computational power to come and build. Spend the time and effort to look at what we're doing and see how it makes your product, your business, your activity better. I want to empower people. I want to make them better, make their tooling better. And if they do that, we all win.
Wow. That was very well put. Very simply put, I want to empower people. We could translate that to Midnight wants to empower people. And as we keep going in this direction, it's going to help us keep building. and there's no other way to do it. We keep building, we will all come together to a point where we all make sure that this space goes forward. Fahmi, if I had to tell you in 1 minute or less, what is the unique selling point of Midnight, what would you say?
Midnight is bringing privacy back to everybody. And we are going to bring selective disclosure, rational privacy, the right to be both public and private, and shades of gray, where you disclose information as and where you wish, back to everyone. So we're not just one color. We're not black, we're not white, we're everything in between two. And that means we're inclusive for everyone.
Simply put, Midnight is inclusive for everyone. So you know what to do. Share this video, like this video, leave a comment, push this content. This is the only way that we can make this dream a reality of making a fully inclusive community and powered by Midnight.
Empowered, absolutely.
That is amazing. That is amazing. We are live right here from Money2020. We're BitcoinMagazine.nl. Sitting down with Fahmi, president of Midnight, and I sincerely hope you all share this video. And we will keep bringing you the most interesting people, and we're gonna keep having these conversations that you all wanna actually hear and see. Thank you very much, and see you soon.